right, friends, welcome. So if you're with us live, this is a 7 p.m. Wednesday night yoga flow. I'm Cole, if we've never practiced together. I just want to do something nice and easy, open up the body, kind of invite some flexibility in. Of course, always build a little bit of strength, but nothing too crazy. Probably about just like 30 minutes. And we're going to get deep into the hamstrings today. So if you know that the hamstrings are tight, if you have a yoga block like what Matt's sitting on, that's going to be really helpful for a couple postures to place under your hip or to bring the earth up to you. Or what works really good is like a little blanket that you can roll up and perhaps stick underneath you. And then of course it's really, really nice to settle down at the end when we do a couple restorative poses to grab a firm pillow, something that would serve as a yoga bolster. So firm pillow or a couch cushion, anything like that, something that you can really settle into. So if you want to take a moment and grab your props, we're going to get started for today's practice just in a comfortable seat. So meet me here whenever you get there. We're just going to do a few rounds of mindful breath to signal the body that we're here, we're ready for yoga practice, and we're ready to settle in. Okay? So do whatever is intuitive with your hands. Oftentimes I like to place my right palm face up in my lap with the top of the left hand settling on top, thumbs touching. Roll the shoulders back, sit up nice and tall. If this does not feel so comfortable for the hands, you can take the palms face down on the thighs or even open to the sky. What's important here is that you're imagining a straight line going from the sits bones, traveling up through the tailbone, up each and every vertebrae, through the neck, up through the head, and out of the crown. So however you can align yourself comfortably to get there, take a few moments and do so now. Start to settle in. So from here, as you stack that spine nice and tall, maybe the shoulders pull back slightly. A liftedness through the crown, and then a little bit of a pull back with the ears. So make that chin like a little bit of a double chin. Make sure that that head is in line with the base of the neck. Good. You're just going to start to stay here and breathe. So starting to welcome some of those mindful breaths into the body. Maybe starting to feel that breath go all the way from the base of the spine up through the crown of the head, traveling along that energy channel. In this moment, all you're supposed to do is notice the breath. That's your only job. So start to take inventory about how it feels circling through the body, how the physical body feels seated on the earth. Maybe the noises around you, the noises within, the sound of the breath. Taking a few moments to just sit in the seat of the observer, paying attention to what's going on. And in this next moment, starting to make that inhale a little bit longer than before. Exhale a little bit deeper. Good. Inhale, start to push that breath down through the low belly. Exhaling all the air out of the nose. Inhale, feel that belly expand. Exhale, let that go. One more big breath in. Let the air warm the nostrils. Exhale, push that old air out. Bring the hands into the heart. Good. Bow the forehead to the fingertips. Take a big breath in through the nose. Exhale, let the breath wash over the hands. Lift the head and the gaze, arms rise, inhale. Exhale, right hand to the mat, left arm up and over. Stretch to the side body. Left hand floats down as the right arm lifts. Take the gaze past the right fingertips. Good. Take that through one more time. Left arm lifts. Breathe as you move through center. Lift the right arm. Both arms rise. Gaze to the fingertips. Exhale the hands into the heart. Bow the forehead down. Stay for a full breath cycle. Inhale. Audible exhale out of the mouth. Drop the hands, roll all the way onto your back. Bring both knees into the chest. You're going to take the hands over the knees, start to circle those hips. One direction and then switch sides, back and forth. I love to open practice with this because chances are hips get really tight. Left foot down to the earth, right leg lifts. Good. Slide that left leg out long on the mat. Hands interlace somewhere behind that right leg. Gentle tug as you pull the leg in towards the face. Maybe you take the left hand and really press that left hip into the earth. If that right shoulder is really lifted, pull the shoulder back down and away from the ear. So move the hand down the leg a little bit. Gentle tug and breathe. That foot is engaged, so either toes are pointed back or the ball of the foot can be pointed towards the sky. I prefer to flex the heel up towards the sky, really get into the back of the leg and that glute. Good. Bend the knee slightly, start to send that leg out to the right side. So hand comes inside of that right foot, knee comes into like the armpit a little bit. Maybe a little rock side to side, kind of like a half happy baby. And then start to push through that heel and straighten out that right leg, open it towards the right side of the mat. We're going to hang out here and just breathe. We've been working with sore legs for seriously so many days. I just want to stretch through it, restore a little bit, invite some flexibility in. Inhale the right leg up towards the sky and then roll it over off the left side of the mat. Maybe the left hand comes over that right leg and pulls it closer to the earth. Breathe into the belly as it twists. Beautiful. Rock this through center, both soles of the feet on the earth. Shift the hips so you're back level. Good. Left leg lifts towards the sky. Slowly slide that right leg out. Hands wrap around the left leg, pull it in. Reset that right hip back on the earth as you press down. Good. And then flex those toes back towards the face on that left leg. Maybe a gentle tug, pull it in. Be really gentle to the body. Especially early in practice, our ego likes to get in the way, like, okay, I should be able to lift my leg this high or pull it down this far. That shit does not matter. Bodies are different on every single day. So do what feels intuitive to you in this moment. Maybe a little tug, breathe in. Exhale, start to soften the left knee. Left hand comes inside edge of the left foot. If this is not available, you can grab the inside of the left shin. Either way, like a half happy baby, rock that leg open side to side a bit. Good. Push through that left heel as you start to straighten out the left leg and open that leg off the left side of the mat. Switch this to an inner thigh stretch. Again, be really, really gentle with the body. If the leg doesn't come anywhere near the floor, that's totally okay. Matt and I do yoga literally every day, so we're super flexible. So if the leg is here and it gives you the inner thigh stretch, that's totally fine. Just hold and breathe.
Beautiful. Drag that left leg across the right side of the body, bend the knee. Allow the right hand to guide that left knee towards the earth. Again, if that knee doesn't quite touch the ground, that's fine as well. Option to take the gaze over the left shoulder. Stay for a full breath cycle in. And exhale. Knees into the chest, rock and roll up to a seat. From here, keep the left sole of the foot in towards the glutes. Right leg extends long on your mat. So bring this knee in nice and tight. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, as you bend, that left shoulder is going to come inside that left knee, reach for the right toes. Again, this is really early in practice to do these deep stretches, so just be really mindful of how low you go. Option to take the left hand and spot it off that left side of the mat. Take the right hand inside edge of the right foot. Breathe. Beautiful. Sit this up. Cross the left foot over the right leg. Right leg stays long. Take a nice easy side twist. Right elbow wrapping outside of left knee. Left hand stamps down. Inhale, allow this to push you up and lift through the crown. Exhale, twist and look over your left shoulder. Inhale, grow with the breath. Exhale, twist. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Take this to center. Left sole of the foot inside that right inner thigh. Kick that right leg off a little bit so it's off that edge of your mat. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, turn the chest towards that right leg and fold over. Good. Starting to breathe. Breathing into that hamstring. Maybe that right breast spins up a little bit more towards the sky. Walk the torso forward. Come on up onto that left knee. Slide the right foot. It should be in line with the left knee, sole of the foot on the earth. Walk the hands down underneath the shoulders. Good. You're going to push down little, push up, and then shoot the hips back. Extend the arms. Roll it forward. Push up, chaturanga elbows as the elbows grace the rib cage. Push it back. Move with the breath, lower down. Start to engage those arm muscles. Push back. 2 more. Good. Maybe you exaggerate the breath in the body. Feel it move. Sink down into that left hip. So you're sitting the left hip on the left foot. Walk the fingertips out in front of you and press through the palms. Feel that stretch moving through the triceps, the upper arms, down the back. Good. Walk the hands underneath the torso and then walk the hands over to reach for the right toes. Take a twist. Left hand finds a spot on the earth, so it doesn't really matter if it's in front of the right toes or not. But you're going to isometrically draw that elbow, that shoulder back into the socket. So you're going to turn that arm on and feel a stretch coming up through the triceps, underneath into the lats. Good. And still simultaneously pressing into that right inner thigh. Breathe. Beautiful. Hands walk underneath the face, sit the hips down. Shoot both legs out in front of you. Toes pull back easily. Inhale as the arms lift and exhale, fold. Good. So maybe now you take inventory of the difference. What does the right hamstring feel like in comparison to the left? Can you tell that little bit of imbalance, the side that you've stretched out and the side that you have not? In this moment, observe the breath and the way it feels in the body. Good, breathe. As you sit up, drag the right knee in towards your chest. Plant the sole of the right foot on the earth. Heel comes in close to those sits bones. Inhale as you lift the arm, and the right knee comes out a little bit so that right shoulder can come inside as you reach for the left foot. So if hands don't reach the toes, that's totally fine. You can reach for a spot on the calves, or just reach out in front of you, whatever feels good in this moment. You can stay exactly like you are, or the right hand could sneak off the right side of the mat a little bit, fingertips touch down, left hand comes to inside edge of left foot. Stay here for the stretch, breathe. Nice, sit up nice and slow. Cross the right leg over the left, sole of the right foot as on the earth. Inhale, arms grow tall. Exhale as you twist and wrap it up, left elbow around the right knee. Right hand comes down. Inhale, grow through the crown as you press up. Exhale, twist over right shoulder. Take the gaze back. Inhale, grow. Exhale, twist. Inhale, grow, reach with the crown. Exhale, twist goes past that right shoulder a little bit more. Good. Turn this towards center. Bring the sole of the right foot inside the left inner thigh as you kick that left leg out a little bit, so it's kind of a diagonal. Lift the arms on the in-breath as you gaze up. Twist the chest to frame that left upper thigh, and then press the body down. Reach for the toes. Find the fold. Settle into this. Maybe the forehead releases if that's comfortable on the neck and the upper back. Maybe you keep a straight spine. So in this moment, listen to you. And as you walk the hands forward, roll up onto that right knee. Sole of the left foot aligns with that right knee. Straight line. Right knee is underneath the hip. Hands walk out in front of you. Maybe they're a little bit in front of your shoulders. Enough so that when you roll forward up onto that knee, you can lower down and elbows are going to be straight over the wrist. Press up. Push it back. Good. Roll forward. Chatter on the elbows. Graze the rib cage. Push it back. Roll forward. Good. Totally breathing as you move. Big exaggerated breaths. Move something around the body. Beautiful work. One more. Good. Settle those hips down and walk the fingertips out. Release the forehead towards the mat. Sink the chest and breathe. Roll this up nice and slow. Walk the hands so the left foot stays exactly the same where it's at. Walk the hands to somewhere in front of the the left leg or the left foot. And then when that right palm finds a good spot, you're going to drag that elbow, the shoulder, right back up towards the right side of the body. So finding that stretch as you turn that arm on. Floating from the upper arm down the right side of the back. Good, big breath, stretch that right side body. Walk the hands forward. Left knee swings underneath the right. Come into your tabletop here. We'll take a few rounds of cat-cow to warm up the spine. Inhale, drop the belly and gaze skyward. Exhale, pull the belly in, angry cat, shoulder blades spread apart. Inhale, tailbone and the chest lifts. Gaze goes up. Exhale, really press the floor away from you as you round the spine. 2 more at your own pace. Move with your breath. Allow breath to fill the spaces of silence in this next moment. Come on back to neutral. Walk the hands a little bit more out in front of you. Tuck the toes, send the hips to the sky, downward dog. Ooh, right knee in towards midline. Press that heel, the left heel down towards the earth. Good. Press the right heel down as the left knee comes in. One more pass like that. Right knee comes. The left knee towards midline. Good. Drive both heels towards the earth. Good. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Crown of the head drops. Head is really heavy. Lined up right in between those triceps. Feet are hip distance as the heels drive down. Again, okay if your feet do not touch all the way. Take the gaze forward. Walk with little baby steps. Feet meet the hands at the top third of the mat. Woo, halfway lift on the inhale. Exhale, full fold. Drop the left hand to the mat, bend the left knee. So you're straightening out the right leg and pressing into that right hip. Right arm rises, gaze up. Stay for a full breath cycle. Inhale. Exhale, right hand to the mat. Bend the right knee as the left arm peels open. Gaze tracks to that hand. Stay for a full breath cycle. Inhale. Exhale, drop it down. Halfway lift, grow long through your spine. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, come all the way up to stand. Gaze up, gather the breath, fingertips touch. Exhale, hands into the heart. Close the eyes, bow the forehead to the fingertips. Full breath cycle, inhale. Mindful breath, exhale. Inhale, gaze lifts as the arms come up. Exhale, pour the breath out over the legs as you lean forward. Halfway lift on the inhale. Step the right foot back on the exhale. Drop the right knee right away, untuck the toes. Yep, just the right foot. Low lunge, lift the arms. Hands into the heart on your exhale. Elbows are wide, press, get into that quad, feeling the front of the leg stretch. And make sure that left knee is tracking over that left ankle. Drop the hands on the earth. Settle the hips back and lift the left toes, half splits. If you're like me and really flexible in the left leg, and this takes the right hip back past the right knee, scoot that right knee so that it's underneath the right hip. So you can scoot the right knee back a little bit or find a little bit more length by pushing the left heel forward. Good. Halfway lift when you feel like you're in a position that you can get settled in. And then exhale, forward fold. Maybe you come onto the palms. We're really just staying here to stretch and breathe. So find the breath. Make sure you're not in a position that is painful. Something that might be a little bit challenging, but isn't causing you severe pain. Make a little micro adjustment and take the left hip, plug it back into its socket a little bit as you draw the right hip slightly forward. This should lengthen the back of the left leg. Breathe. Good. If you are not already up on your fingertips, come on to the fingertips, plant the sole of the left foot on the earth, tuck the right toes, walk the hands forward, right leg lifts, standing splits. Good. Really opening that left leg. Breathe. So it does not matter how high or low your right leg is lifted. You want a position that whatever feels like is giving you the maximum stretch in that left standing leg. Breathe. Step the right toes down behind you, high crescent lunge. Lift the arms. Breathe in. Exhale your hands into your heart. Bow forehead to fingertips. Big breath cycle in through the nose. Out through the nose. Good. Lift the arms, gaze goes up. Plant the hands, runner's lunge. You might have to shorten your stance a little bit, so I'm going to walk my ball of my right foot in, and so I can straighten out the left leg, pyramid pose. Drive that right heel down towards the mat. Good. Draw that right hip forward a little bit, so same thing, trying to find some length in that left leg. Flow this through. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold knee to the nose. Inhale, halfway lift. Roll forward a little bit. Ball of the right foot. And then exhale, maybe you lift the left toes, sink the forehead to the knee. Good. Inhale as you roll forward. Gaze goes in front of you. Exhale, push it back. Toes peel back, forehead to the knee. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Good, you guys. Soften in that left knee a little bit. Dial the right foot down. So you have warrior 2 feet. You're spinning this up into triangle pose. So you're straightening the left leg with it. And then extend the left arm in front of you. Right hip tips back. Left hand comes to the earth. Right arm opens to the sky. So for some support, you can take the left hand and support yourself on the left calf. Or you can take this all the way to the floor in front of or behind the left leg. Or engage the core and just press the back of the left hand against that calf. Inhale, rise, reverse triangle. Exhale, cartwheel both hands to frame left foot, spin the right toes under. Right hand stays down, left arm rises, twisted lunge. Big circle with that left arm just because it feels good. Hands frame left foot, top of the mat, step back, find your plank. Take this through a vinyasa, lower down through chaturanga. Inhale to your back bend, open through the chest. Exhale, downward dog. Gaze forward, look to the hands, jump or step the feet. They land hip distance, halfway lift when you get there, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, breathe in. Exhale, hands to the heart. Bow your forehead to your fingertips. Press the thumbs into heart center. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, feel the breath. And inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, pour it out. Halfway lift, plant the hands. This time, step the left foot back, runner's lunge. Lower that left knee down, untuck the left toes. Rise with the inhale and gaze up towards the fingertips. Bring the hands into the heart on your exhale. Elbows get wide, maybe thumbs even engage that heart chakra. Good. Take a moment and really press into that front of the left leg. Drawing that right hip back, left hip forward. Nice deep quad stretch. Breathe. Drop the hands, they frame right foot, top of the mat. Shoot the hips back, toes peel back, half splits. So we're staying here for a good 3 to 5 breaths. Make the adjustments so that you can maximize this stretch. So I for sure move my left knee back so that it's aligned underneath my hip. This gives my right leg lots of space, and then I can even plug that right hip back in energetically a little bit to lengthen through the right side of the back of the leg. Inhale, halfway lift, get long in your spine. And then exhale, maybe you fold, take that stretch a little bit deeper. Good. Just stay and surrender, settle in, find the breath. Perhaps a little bit of pressure from that right heel, really stretching through the back of that right leg. Lift it up onto the fingertips. Ground the sole of the right heel down, tuck the left toes as you walk the hands forwards. Bring that left leg up, standing splits. So this is just an additional stretch in that right hamstring. Lift the left leg wherever it needs to go to really engage the back of the right leg. Feel that nice stretch that feels good to you. Good. Step the left toes back. Align yourself in a runner's lunge before you lift up. Left heel is nice and high. Right knee is over right ankle. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands into the heart. Bow forehead into fingertips. Good. Full breath cycle. Inhale. Nice deep exhale. Good. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale as you plant the hands. Step the left foot in, maybe another footprint, and then start to settle that left heel down, pyramid pose. So sometimes it helps here. All 10 toes are facing forward. You want your hips to be square with the mat. So sometimes it helps to pick the hands up and really square those hips forward. Halfway lift when you're ready, and then exhale, pour the breath out over the right leg, forehead towards the knee. Inhale, halfway lift. Start to roll to the ball of the left foot, lift the heel. Exhale, lift the right toes as you press back. Inhale, roll to the ball of the left foot. Find a little bit of length in the spine. Exhale as you drive the left heel down, lift the right toes, forehead to the knee. One more like that, inhale. Beautiful, exhale. Inhale, roll forward a little bit, softening your right knee just enough so you can spin the left foot down. Keep the stance exactly like you are, kind of shorter. Inhale, spin this open, straighten the right leg. Setting up for triangle pose, Trikonasana. Reach the right fingertips as you stack the hips. And then eventually, when you're to your limit, drop the right hand and extend the left arm to the sky. Good. That left collarbone really smiles open towards the sky. Navel and rib cage are pulled in. Hips are stacked, gaze is skyward. And remember, option to grab that right calf with the right hand for some stability, or take this all the way down to the earth. Keep the breath. Inhale, rise and reverse. Exhale, cartwheel the hands to frame right foot, spin the left toes under. Left hand stays down and right arm opens to the sky, gaze up. Big circle with that right arm, swing it around. Plant the right hand down underneath the shoulder, right foot steps back, high plank. Take this through your chaturanga, option to drop the knees. Inhale, find your back bent. No compression in the low back, draw the chest forward. Exhale, downward dog. Lift the heels up towards the sky on the inhale. Exhale, drive them down. 2 more, inhale. Exhale, maybe you feel this opening the back of the legs a little bit more. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg lifts, 3-legged. Exhale, the right foot in between the hands, low lunge. Untuck the left toes, come up with the inhale, lift the arms. Hands into the heart on your exhale, maybe even close the eyes. Bow the forehead to the fingertips. Feel the breath on the body. Good, stay and breathe. Drop the hands so that they frame right foot, top of the mat. As you push the hips back, option to take this into a deeper split. So I'm going to use the blanket since my legs are really tight. We're just going to start inching out. You do not have to take full splits. You can put something underneath your hip for a little bit of support, but you're going to your edge with that right hamstring. So perhaps a block, a bolster, a blanket, or you can just still hang out with the left knee supporting you in that half splits position. We're staying for 5 full breaths. So this is where the mindfulness in your yoga practice matters. You are not here to kill the body. Yes, we will build flexibility, but you need to determine what is your edge and what is your ego. Stay and breathe. If there is any negative self-talk flooding the mind in this moment, bring yourself right back to the breath. There is no room for the ego in this practice, in this moment. The shape is just a shape for you to breathe in. Good. Start to shimmy that left knee back underneath you. You're tucking left toes, right foot on the earth, Crawl this over to a wide leg forward fold, left side of the mat. Halfway lift when you get there. Toes are pigeoned a little bit in, heels are out. Exhale, forward fold, press into the back of the legs. Oh, it feels so good to just stretch. Bend into that left knee. Right toes peel up towards the face, Skandasana. Again, get into that thigh. Inner thigh, hamstring. Take this over other side. Left toes lift. Good. One more time. Right leg extends. Walk the hands forward. Left hand down. Right arm opens. Twist the lunge. Circle out that arm. Big circle. Right hand on the mat, step the left toes back, high plank. Lower down through your chaturanga. Flip the tops of the feet and open through the shoulder blades. Exhale, downward dog. Lift the heels on the in-breath. Audible exhale out of the mouth. 2 more heels lift. Audible exhale, drive them down. Heels lift nice and high, stretch the arches of the feet. Exhale, press it down. Right foot stays center line, left leg lifts, 3-legged dog, point the toes. Exhale as you drag the left knee into the chest, step it all the way through and lower the right knee down, low lunge. Inhale as you rise, take the gaze up, arms lift. Exhale, bring the hands into the heart. Forehead bows to fingertips. Stay for a mindful breath in through the nose. Out of the nose, feel it on the fingers. Good. One more. Hands drop down for a little bit of stability. Settle the hips back, lift the toes. Good. Starting to wiggle out to your edge. So maybe it's full splits if you're super flexible in today's body in this moment. Maybe it's a supported splits. Maybe it's that same little half splits that we did. I'm taking supported. We're here for 5 breath cycles. Mindful, slow breathing. You got this. So if that right hip started to really open, draw it back down and forward. Left hip plugs back into its socket a little bit. Heel of the left foot really driving down. And for me, I have a lot of weight into my hands so that I'm gentle on that left leg. Be gentle with the body, of course. But perhaps allowing yourself to go to that edge. Back off when it's appropriate. Just stay with the breath. We're taking 2 more. Big oceanic breath in through the nose. A slight constriction with the back of the throat as you exhale through the nose. Beautiful job, you guys. Remove your blanket or bolster if you have one underneath you. Tuck the right toes and wiggle that right knee in. Both feet on the earth as you spin to the right side of the mat. Wide leg forward fold. Halfway lift when you get there. And then exhale, fold. You're just staying for 3 breaths. So if you have inversions in your practice and you want to take a headstand that's feeling intuitive, whoop. Headstand or not, wide leg forward fold, knock over your significant other. I can't go upside down today. Bend into that right knee for your exit. Left toes lift. Left knee bends, walk it over. Good, one more time. Hands walk around, frame left foot, top of the mat. Step the left toes back, take your final vinyasa. Exhale to child's pose. So in this child's, we're going to stay here for quite some time. If this feels good and restorative to you to not use a prop, then stay just like you are. I love to bring a bolster in between my inner thighs and just drape the top half of my body over it. We're just really finding something that feels nice and restorative to the body. Taking the breath down a few notches. Hips really settling back. Tension released from the knees and the calves. And arms are in front of you, but they're kind of just hanging. So you can keep the arms out long, or you can take prayer hands to the back of the neck. So palms come together in prayer, and then you sneak that right to the nape of the neck. Press the triceps down into the mat. Elbows into the mat to open the triceps. Excuse me. Breathe. Maybe in this moment you work to find a bit of peace and surrender. Surrendering to your practice today, to your breath, to this moment, to everything that life is dealing to us right now. Knowing that as long as you have the breath, you have the tools. Take a moment of sweetness to yourself. If you are on a bolster and you have one cheek down, flip it to the other side. And your next breath, start to come out of that. You'll rock yourself onto your sits bones. We're going to take a nice restorative seated straddle. So again, really nice if you have a prop, a pillow, a blanket, anything. Just ball a blanket up right in front of you, grab a pillow. Legs are at that straddle, making a V. And then just drape the body over. Turn one cheek to the mat and let go. So no matter what kind of straddle you're in, you have a little bit of external rotation with the thighs. So rolling those thighs out a little bit. Maybe the feet kind of fall open as well. Toes are somewhat engaged. I always like to press through the ball of my foot when I'm in a straddle. Stay in this shape and breathe. If you have one cheek down, flip it to the other side. Bring this all the way up. Moving your bolster to the base of your spine. For a nice and easy supported fish pose. This pose is amazing to undo all of which we've been hunched over computers and phones. So Pull your bolster, your blanket, your prop, whatever you're using, to the base of your spine and draping the top half of the body over it. So your heart is slightly lifted. Arms just fall open to the sides. Breathe those deep, low belly breaths. Perhaps you notice the rise and fall of the chest and the space behind the heart. Tension is released around the kneecaps and the ankles. And a nice smooth forehead, eye sockets relaxed. And with the heart lifted, maybe you take a few moments, really feel what it's like to use the breath to fill up the whole front of the body. Lift the belly, lift the chest. Exhale out of the mouth. A few more to yourself. Inhale. Exhale. Yogis, you can rest here as long as you'd like, or you can remove the bolster and take a traditional final Shavasana, where you'll lay the entire back body flat on the earth, extending arms and legs. Either shape is perfect. Do what feels right to you in this moment. When you get to your final resting pose, just release everything, letting go of all expectations, judgments, control. Rest here, yogis, as long as you'd like, and I'll be with you next time. Namaste.